we're going to go into it because it's really good. And as I said in the other video and at the start of this video, there's a competition going on. If you join in the link below, they're giving away 500 Tether to 3 people basically. Obviously it's a slice of 3. So if you jump in on the link, hit any trade, do any trade, you are eligible to win some money. So you might as well crack on. But in terms of this, we're going to go into the normal contract swaps. These words. I can't even say the word. That's really bad. But this one. So you can already see here, there's a massive, massive change in terms of what you can do. Litecoin is obviously on there. Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, Tron, Dash, Chainlink, and Neo. So there's a much bigger variety and choice. It's exactly the same though, the exact same contracts pretty much, they're just on a different exchange. You've also got Tether, the exact same coins with Tether. So it's really, really handy, really easy to use. And I'll be honest with you, this is far wide in terms of choice. It's got a lot of choice and a lot of people like choice, and they are the most liquid at the moment. In terms of using it, you can either have this light or dark, and all this kind of stuff here is really easy. I personally prefer the full screen, as you've probably seen in my other video explaining this exchange. It's really easy to use. You cannot go wrong with this exchange. It's super simple. Orders open. I have a market order advanced limit where you can put different elements to it. You've got your stop losses. You're going long, you're going short. Your leverage, you've either got cross leverage or fixed, and you can pick your leverage. Woohoo! So Ethereum up to 50x, boom. It also gives you a lot of disclaimers saying you shouldn't be doing this because you don't know. If you understand what you're doing, you can crack on, but I wouldn't recommend 50x. Personally, I trade off 5x because I think 5x is a beautiful number. But yeah, it works very well. Really simple. All your orders up here, your open orders, order history. Again, if you want to close it, again, you can put a limit, take profit, or if you want to put a stop loss in there as well, put a stop loss. They all appear on the visuals as well, so you can play around with them. You've obviously got the original and also the trading view version, so it's really easy. In terms of swapping around though, you can pick your asset and go boom. Oh, there we go. Come on. So if you want to do XRP, there's your XRP. The one thing you got to do though is transfer over funds. So you go to the transfer version, you transfer over the equity from your wallet into your from your spot account or your funding account into your margin account. And the one thing I like about this as well, which is better than most exchanges, they do a quiz. So a quiz sounds a bit weird saying that, but they do a quiz to highlight that you as a person know what you're doing, which is kind of vitally important. Not everyone does. And these videos come in very handy for people that don't. Now, these are good because they last forever. You can open, whether you're on the Tether version or whatever, you can open these on a 2x leverage for a long period of time. So say for example, you're thinking, right, I'm bullish long term on Bitcoin. I've only got say $500 I'm willing to risk, and you want to put a leverage on it times 3x or 4x. You want to play with a little bit more equity. You could open along from say, I've seen loads of people do it from like say $5,000 and then just like trickle it all the way up to like 13k, take profit, boom. You pay fees. They're very small fees, but you do not have to close your position. Sometimes as well, and I'll come on to this in the last video that I'm going to do in this series about funding rates and how all that works and fundamental data. You can get paid for opening a short position, for example, each day. If there's more shorters in the market or the funding rate is in a different balance. That's different to what most traders have. And a lot of trading platforms, the CFD platforms, if you're trading crypto on those like eToro, for example, you may be charged $6 or $7 per night to hold it. On here, no, it's very minimal. And most importantly, if you're on the right side of it and want more shorters in terms of the funding rate, you can get paid to do it. It's pretty cool. It's not much, by the way. It's not passive income. It's just like, instead of being, charged to hold a position open on leverage, you may get a little bit of a drip back, which is pretty good, so you can afford to use it. And one thing that is very, very important that you understand, you are not holding these assets. These are not your assets. They're the exchanges. They are contracts. Leverage trading, it is totally different to spot trading. Cool. So the other side of the coin is futures. Why are these a little bit different? These are different because you get more choice. Again, and they'll come on to this in a second. So if I go to futures here, they are physical, they are contracts, but they expire. All these articles, by the way, pretty good. There's all kinds here. Obviously here, OKEX, you got BitMEX, you got Chicago, CME, you got NASDAQ, BAX, there's loads of them. Loads. But when you go into futures here, they are different. And as I say, you get a bit more choice in terms of contracts. They are the same assets, which is cool, but they are all different. These contracts here, they're all different, and they all expire at different times. So if you click on a contract here, that's got a 9-day expiry, that's got 72-day expiry. So they're all different. They all have different liquidity, they all have different volumes. So you can pick which one. If you want to go longer term or short term, you know, it depends on what you're going for. And this last one here, 163 days. So it's entirely up to you. They are liquid though. You can see they're liquid. They're pretty good. And again, you can pick whatever you want. And these also have tether versions, which is pretty good. So a vast majority of this is good choice. You can't really go wrong with that. So in terms of this video, this again is leverage trading. The only difference is these have got different expiries on them, and they will run out at certain times. And this is where you can also get, when contracts expire, futures contracts, the CMA close date and the gaps appear in the market, which again, fundamental data, I will go on to into in another video, which is covered by this exchange in a lot of depth, which is really, really good, and why I like to look at this exchange in terms of getting fundamental data. Because when funding rates get to a certain point or expiries happen, volatility can happen in the market. So be careful with that. It's good fundamental analysis and data. But again, it works in the exact same thing. You know, cross leverage. The only thing you got to worry about with this, you've got to actually close your contracts when they cross over. So close them, reopen your position, or, you know, look to either use the other version of the contract where it's got lifetime guarantee. So there you go. Links are below. Jump in. Win some money, right? There you go. Hope you enjoyed. It's a bit different, just to kind of explain what these contracts are and what they mean. A lot of people do ask me, I get a lot of private messages about, oh, I want to make Bitcoin, I want to make cryptocurrency, I want to trade. Well, trading's good, but you need to know what they are. You need to know the difference between spot trading, margin trading, the perpetual contracts, and also futures. They're all different. They all have their different benefits. They all have the different pros and cons. You know, it depends on how good you are as a trader, your risk appetite, and all kinds of good stuff. But what I will say is, I'm not a financial advisor. If you are on leverage trading, make sure you've done adequate training, courses, all kinds of stuff. You've got experience. Use a demo account. Use fake money. Use whatever. Use $3, whatever. Learn how it all works as a system. Understand it inside out. Get your method sorted. Get your risk management sorted, and go for it. Because at the end of the day, it's your money you're willing to lose or willing to risk or whatever in an environment and an arena that could be quite beneficial in the long term, but also short term. If you don't know what you're doing, you may lose it all.